Now repeat. I really wanna get with your style and your techniques and put it on repeat. I'm thinking maybe I could give you something you can repeat and put it on repeat. It's kinda getting heated, had to put it on pause. I ain't wanna be that broad you in the car, but I really wanna get with your style and your technique and put it on repeat.
Welcome back to another episode of S.I.S Spill It Sister. I am your host, Denielle Miller, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is still season 3 and today we are at Enve Lounge. Now, before we get into the conversation, let me just say this. Enve is currently under construction and they are building better to serve you. So please remember to check out Enve Lounge. They have some incredible wings and waffles, which I'm about to divulge in after this shoot. But y'all excuse me because I'm very nervous about this conversation that we're about to have. And it was very important to me to have somebody sitting next to me engaging in this conversation who is so dear to my heart. She is the producer of S.I.S. So she's coming from behind the camera to the front of the camera. And not only is she a producer, but she's also my dear friend and my confidant. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for JD.
Hey Danielle.
Hey JD.
You calm down. You look nervous.
I'm very nervous.
You got this. You know what we're here to do.
Yeah.
You understood the assignment.
Yeah. So I'm nervous because JD knows for a month we've been ping-ponging back and forth on what the next topic will be on S.I.S. What are we talking about on S.I.S? And the premises of S.I.S is not to talk about topics that are trending. The premises of S.I.S is to talk about conversations that we don't speak about out loud, but we need to hear to help others heal and develop. So the name of this joint right here today is Waiting to Exhale. That's what the hell I'm doing right now. Waiting to exhale. And Waiting to Exhale, I love the movie. And the older I got, the more I understand the goddamn movie.
Ain't it something?
Right? But we're not here just to talk about the relationship aspect of it. What it is we're talking about today, the fact that this is such a nerve-wracking conversation for me. I think this is going to be the most difficult conversation that I've ever had on S.I.S. What we're talking about is the fact that life gets hard.
It does.
Sometimes. You face some unexpected trials and tribulations, and then in your mind sometimes you're just like, oh God, when is it going to end? Right. Like you're waiting to exhale. You're waiting for that moment where it's like, whew, finally I got out of that. I always say there are 3 persons in this world. Actually, I got it from my apostle. There are 3 persons are somebody that is going through something, somebody that is currently in something, and somebody that just came out of something.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Those are all elements of each process. And sometimes we have to really understand that, and especially as women, we carry so much. There's so much that we carry on the daily, and we carry our families, we carry our friends, we carry our significant others, we carry our careers, we carry the way we even process ourselves, that we never stop for a moment just to exhale.
We honestly don't. And the thing is, I'm one of those people. I never stop to.
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
If you wasn't like exhaling?
Oh, if I wasn't one of those women who never kind of have that actual, who consistently doesn't have that time to exhale. It always feels as if you are constantly having to go, because there's everything. Life is nonstop. Things happen constantly, and you can't have an excuse for not showing up for yourself.
I like that. And the problem with me was, I always from as long as I could remember myself, I don't talk too much about who I am as a person from the past on S.I.S, but understand, like, just to give you guys a background, I came through the government school system. My mother had to make a lot of sacrifices for me, a whole lot. I had to mask a lot of things in school, And as I graduated from school, I worked 2 jobs straight out of school because I had to make money. I had to make money and support myself and support a household. And then minimum wage was fairly low. So, you know, you could sit back and complain about things, but in my case, I just decided, you know, it's time for me to re-up and make more money. So I worked 2 jobs. And then the jobs that I worked after that was like literally you had to fight for your supper. You had to fight for your supper.
Sure.
I didn't attend college. I didn't have the funds to do it. So I don't have the Ivy League education. I don't have the prominent last name. I can't even go to my parents for like loans and to say that I need this and I need that. It was never my life. And going through those motions all these years, I've learned how to handle things on my own.
You know what that is? That's compartmentalizing it. Because all I'm hearing is, as things compile, there are so many problems, and it's just problem upon problem upon problem and upon problem. And all I'm hearing is that you, like a trooper, just keep trucking it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do on the daily. It doesn't matter. Like, things can be on fire. One of my favorite things to tell everybody is like, it's fine, everything's fine. It can be complete chaos around me, but it'll be, it's fine, everything's fine. Everything is on fire, and it's fine, everything's fine. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we know that we have a job to get done.
Yeah.
We have something to do. We have something that whatever we started, we have to finish.
Yep.
And so we put that pressure on ourselves. We put that pressure, we don't distribute that pressure evenly. We don't let the people come and help us. We don't give ourselves that opportunity, that breathing room. We say it has to get done regardless. And because of that, we hold our breaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until it is done.
And we hold our breath until we make ourselves sick. Like, we don't even realize it. It's not even like a physical sickness. It's to the point where, so just to give you guys an idea, right? I put so much pressure on myself to perform and to perform well. And the thing is, my whole ideology was, I'm strong, I can handle it. You know, like what you were saying. And another thing was, I didn't want to tell anybody my problems because it's just that I've learned how to deal with them internally. And I always say, I'm good, God will deal with it. You know, that's what I tell myself. And I never really bothered to talk to anybody in detail about, you know, what I was really going through. And one day I was on the phone talking to my aunt, and she said to me, she always asks me how you're doing. And the normal thing I always say, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm okay. And I said it to her, and she said, no, you're not. I had not told her anything. She said, no, you're not fine. And when she said that, I broke. That one thing she said to me, I broke. And what she didn't know was, earlier this year, I spent 2 days with a headache. Because I was like, what to do? What do I do next? How do I do this? How do I do that? I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, people, this whole fad, entrepreneurship, look, this ain't for the weak, honey. Like, it ain't for the weak.
And when you were from where we are from, that is a different conversation all day.
It is.
That is a completely different conversation. Denielle, I'm listening to you, and I feel you on a spiritual level right now. Like, I can recall a time where I put so much on myself to make sure that things go the way they should, knowing that things can fall apart at any moment. And I put that pressure on myself until I almost implode. And that implosion, it's supposed to be a feeling where you feel some form of relief, but then you almost feel guilty for giving yourself that space to do that. And here's the thing about that plays straight into the strong Black woman trope. And I want to tell y'all something right now, in the good year of our Lord
and Savior.
In the year of 2022, I am entering and walking into, I am living in my soft woman era. It is my time and my place to be taken care of. I am entering the phase of my life where it is I want to be taken care of, and I want to allow someone to take care of me. And there's a big thing with that, allowing yourself to be taken care of. And that's not just by another person, but by yourself. I am entering the soft woman era. I want to be taken care of. I want to be catered to. Because I am tired of catering to and taking care of that does not take care of me. This is my word for 2022.
I feel like there's supposed to be an organ playing just now, like the drums and
you better sip the string.
like a. But I felt that so deep just now, JD. Like, so here's another thing, right? I was surrounded. Let me not say surrounded. It was one person. I was with my uncle, right? I was away. I was in Houston. Shout out to my uncle. Love him so much. Shout out to my aunt as well. Love them so much. Love my family so much. Renique too. Y'all, Renique, love you so much, Renique. Renique had to work today. Yeah, we love Renique so much. But my uncle is surrounded with so much love, and I had to do absolutely nothing. Like, he was like, no, don't lift that. No, don't do that. No, call me. I'm coming in. What do you want to eat? Or get dressed. I'm taking you out to eat. All that was going on, right? And I was still trying to figure things out.
Of course.
Entrepreneurship is 24/7.
It don't stop.
And the thing is, when it comes to what I'm trying to do, I ain't just looking out for myself and my family. I understand that there are girls, there are women, there are men, there are boys out there that deserve to live out their dreams. And sometimes they just need that access and that help and that financing and that push to do so. And I am a firm, like, that's what my mission is, to be able to help people to live their dreams all out.
But baby, you can't help nobody with their dreams if you don't achieve yours first.
That's it.
That's it right there.
That's it right there.
That's the end of the conversation. I wholeheartedly agree with you. My best friend can tell you that personally, I take on things sometimes that don't belong to me. So many things that don't belong to me. I remember the first time I started therapy, and I had a conversation after my first session with my therapist. She said to me, the first thing I recall her saying to me when I told her a little bit about my background is, she was like, I need you to give people back their stuff. Shout out to Stan.
Shout out to Stan.
Shout out to Stan, yo.
Stanya.
Yeah.
One time.
She said, I need you to give people back their stuff. Because what you're carrying doesn't sound like it doesn't belong to you. And that's the thing about it. There are so many things that I want to do. There are so many people that I want to support. There's so many, I can think of it, I can think a list of people that run a mile long of people that I just want to pull up if I had the opportunity and had the money and had this and had the access. But I can't have that if I'm worrying about what they're doing and I'm not focused on getting where I need to be to pull them up there. You have to take care of yourself. You can't just have that hustle and that drive and that mentality to push for other people. When are you going to find the motivation for yourself?
Exactly.
When are you going to find the motivation for yourself?
Exactly. And what you said ties into that, what you said earlier about taking care of yourself. You really have to take care of yourself. Sometimes, legit, life gets loud. I don't know if anybody ever been there before. Like everything is so loud in your head, and you just feel like, okay, I just have to go one more day. I just have to get through this. No, honey. Remove yourself. Take some time for yourself. Yeah. It don't matter how long you have to take some time for yourself. It's like legit, before you get to the next level in your life, there's a storm. The storm comes, and if we're from the Caribbean, when a storm comes, you batten up your house, you lock yourself in. There's so much noise going on outside. There's debris going on. Everything is like in a whirlwind. It's loud. That's the perfect way to describe like what I was feeling earlier with the noise. Like everything was so loud in my head. But guess what? And even when it came to, so there was one point where I felt like I couldn't breathe. I remember me waking up, like jumping up out of my sleep. My uncle was in the next room and I could not breathe. And I had to I went into the bathroom and I looked I looked at myself in that mirror and I thought the walls were closing in on me. And I said, I have to do something. I have to catch myself. And this is for anybody out there that might ever feel like that. That's an anxiety attack. And I don't have the medication. I don't have the fancy doctors. I don't have none of that going on. This is just how I dealt with that in the moment. And I hope this can help somebody else. I legit looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, you've been here before. Because that wasn't the first time I had a little anxiety attack, but that one was so freaking intense.
Yeah.
I said, I've been here before. This is nothing new. Because the devil don't attack with nothing new. He's not a creator. He's just nothing a duplicator. New. I've been here before. I had to tell myself, you'll get through this. You are Denielle. You are beautiful. You are made for this. God will not bring you this far to leave you. Like I had to coach myself out of that. Because I literally felt like everything was closing in. And going back to the storm, when things feel like it's getting rocky and heavy, let the storm happen. And just continue to talk to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
Absolutely not. I need expert advice. I talk to myself because I need expert advice.
Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Let the storm happen. Because the thing is, once a storm passes, it washes away everything that was not stern and standing on good foundation.
Things that were not meant to stay.
We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this message.
Alexa, turn on shooting room.
Okay.
Calling all photographers and videographers. This studio is where creativity meets integration. Built-in voice-activated studio lighting, motorized backdrops with multiple color options, and customized sets for all of your production needs. Be it music video shoots, a YouTube video on the green screen, or virtually hosting a live stream event. The only thing that limits you is your imagination. Need a few things? Ask us about our equipment rentals. Let us help bring your vision to fruition. Book with us via email at tmedia1202@gmail.com, phone number 242-455-8711, or our website, ttmediabah.com. Hourly rates are available.
Welcome back. Y'all still here?
Wrap it up, you.
Right. I hope, no, for true. I hope you guys, I hope this is good for you with this conversation, because we really opening up here. And let me tell you something, I love JD so much. Through this whole experience with me, walking into this side of me, JD has been there answering my calls, and I haven't even spoken to her this deep. She's just let me talk, and I haven't told you all of my stresses, because another thing I think too is you have to know who to talk to. You have to know who to talk to, who to confide to. You can't put the weight on everybody's shoulder. That person has to voluntarily be willing.
Yeah.
Be willing, right, to hear what you have to say, and then you release, you exhale. But I just was talking to JD, and through me talking to JD and just loving up on JD, I got plenty words for my damn self coming out coming out of those conversations. And let me just say, JD, the girls are out, right? And I adore it, because this is another level of confidence. I love you so much, gal.
Girl, don't do that. You trying to make people cry on sis nowadays? This is what season 3 is about.
Yeah, man, this is season 3. Let me tell you something, I cried before. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody else on the set have to cry. If I cry, we cry. We all cry together.
We all do it. But yeah, the girls are out today. I decided to, again, embrace my soft woman era, my soft girl era. And with that comes feeling confident in myself and loving on myself. I can attest to growing up with not the most confidence and not having that type of energy poured into me, you know, that kind of way. And I had to kind of love on myself differently and learn to love on myself. Important. Learn to adore the things and the assets and the things that God gifted me with. And sometimes it's a very accentuated thing, you know, for those, without saying so many words. It's a very accentuated thing. So if you see me like tugging a little bit, y'all know I trying to make sure that we could keep this monetized for the right reasons. I'm just saying. I mean, I do see a little thing in here, but we're not going to talk about that. That's envy. Y'all know what in here. Y'all know what in here. I'm gonna take a little swing at it. Take a little swing.
Okay, you always throw me off just now.
But you were talking about essentially going through storms and understanding the purpose in storms, right?
Yeah.
So, like you said, storms usually come at a point when the next level is near. It is testing, to me, storms are testing what you learned about whatever phase of the walk you were in at that moment. Did you attain, did you hold on to, did you process, did you keep any of that information that you were supposed to learn during that season? And so a storm is just a test. So don't get freaked out about a test.
Right.
You study and you show yourself approved.
Yes.
That is it.
Yep.
And once you get through that, whether you fail, whether you excel, and you move on to the next level, guess what? There's still the time to do it again.
Yeah. And the thing is, the reason why, you know, you have to embrace the storm, because when things get tough, a lot of people like skedaddle. The reason why we're staying grounded in whatever our walk is, whatever on that road to purpose, is because at the end of the day, right, success is my goal. And a lot of people feel like success is the money, the cars, you know. So Deacon J. Cole said one time. Deacon J. Cole said one time. He said, it's amazing how chains and whips make us feel free. Right? And the thing is, success is actually freedom. I had a very good friend tell me that one time. Success is freedom. Success is being able to do what you ultimately want to do, with walking in your purpose, not being tied down to something where I have to do this in terms of like a job, right?
Right.
Success is pouring, like filling yourself out so you can pour out onto everybody else, because life is all about ministry. Life is all about purpose. Every day you wake up, you have purpose, honey. God woke you up for a reason, big man. So that's what success is, right? And with that success, when you decide to take that walk of success, you could go through some storms. And it ain't one storm, it ain't two storms. Like, don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce and everybody else don't have problems. Everybody have problems. As they go through and climb the ladder higher and higher in life, you go buck up on, guess what? It's different situations, but the same antidote.
Correct.
That was deep. Ooh. It's different situations. But the same antidote. And one of the most dangerous prayers that you can pray, in my opinion, is asking God to use you and asking for success. That's one of the most dangerous prayers that could ever happen, because guess what he's gonna do? He's always answer prayer. So you ask for it, here you go. And one thing about me, my head, so I have 3 people living in my head, right? We have staff meetings, because I'm a very extraordinary type of human being, right? And you know, people that say shoot for the moon, so if you fall short you aim on the stars. No, I shoot for the sun. So So if I fall short, I get land on any other planet except back on Earth. Right, I could get a whole planet. I could get a whole planet.
So I'm shooting for the next nebula, so I could have this entire galaxy. You know, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get the astronomy going.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. I don't know what. Yeah.
Because we are multifaceted women.
We
okay?
are.
We are.
With a soft touch. But for true, no, that's one of the most dangerous prayers that you can pray. And JD on the side of me, JD took that leap.
Ooh, child.
Leap. How did dance go? Leap. Yeah.
It's nothing like when you ask God to show you how you want Him to use you. And I've now gotten to a place in my life where I told my best friend, I saw a tweet about it the other day. I wish I knew the girl's name so I could credit her with it. But the tweet literally essentially said that technically I couldn't credit her. She saw a TikTok of this girl on manifestation TikTok. Okay. And the affirmation was, God, show me how good it gets. Show me how good it gets. And I get up every morning since I've read that tweet, and I say that every morning. And you know what, Danielle? God been showing me just how good it could get. So that alone, I won't speak in detail, but that alone is a testament for since the jump, since choosing myself, since believing in myself on a different level and putting that work into myself, what God has been doing, what type of energy I've been getting back. And it's a beautiful thing to choose yourself.
It is.
It's a beautiful thing to give yourself a chance to exhale. I remember the first week that I took my jump, and I like to say this a lot because the first week was the easiest week ever. Leading up to my jump, I was thinking about all the things that was happening, and all the opportunities I was being given, how I was going to manage these things. And I had a week to myself is what I tell everybody, because after that everything kind of just picked up and turned into this world storm that I have going on right now.
Right.
And the week that I had to myself, I slept. I slept so much. Random times of the day, like people would be calling my phone like, hey, what's up, what you doing, everything okay, you want to go out? And I'm like, I'm asleep. Like I missed the call, and I send them a message back, and I was like, I'm sorry, I was asleep. And sometimes taking care of yourself, exhaling, giving yourself an opportunity to be you is resting. So rest, woman, rest, strong woman. That's what it's about at this point, because you have to start taking care of yourself. And if you say, I don't know how, you start there. You start with rest. And the things that open up in your mind when you give yourself a chance to slow down, it's incredible to see what God gives you as inspiration.
I don't know what else to say after that. Like, no, for true, really and truly, I don't know what else to say after that.
Let it sit, let it sink in.
So I have to ask our PA on set today, who is another woman that I absolutely adore, Mystique, how much time do we have left? Because I honestly don't know what to say after that. We have 10 minutes left. We have 3 minutes left. No, JD, for true, that was a beautiful way to. That was a beautiful way.
Girl, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
A lot of times we think resting is being idle.
You think self-care is something like putting on a facial mask and getting a massage, and it's a part of it, but that's not the main thing. Self-care is something so different, so deep, something like reading poetry and having the time to absorb that.
Yeah.
Having the time to, I know the saying goes to stop and smell the roses, but how many of you actually have enjoyed a field of flowers? How many of you have sat on the beach and let the breeze just brush your skin? And to smell that salty air and to just absorb that and to live in that. Just to be in that moment, be present in that moment for yourself. Self-care isn't as active and And sometimes, superficial as people try to portray it, sometimes it's just being by yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we close every episode of Sis, we like to do a cheers to us moment. And I'm gonna do something different today. You guys, I appreciate the people that I work with so much on this project of love, and I appreciate everybody that has joined this journey with me, all of the past guests that have been on this show, because this is truly an outpouring of love from my heart. I don't have the physical yet, in terms of dishing out that cash, but what I can do is empty my soul to you guys and help somebody out there. One of my guests help somebody out there, you know, to make them understand that I could make it. And my cheers to us moment today, I'm gonna let JD close. My cheers to us moment today is the fact that no matter what it is, if you listen to this and you wake up the next day, you could make it. You have purpose. There is a divine calling on your life. Take some time out. If it's getting too loud, if the winds are blowing too much, batten up and take some time to yourself and understand what it is. What is the calling? What is the next step? Why am I going through this? And take care of yourself. JD.
My cheers to us is us entering our soft woman era, and allowing people the space to take care of us, allowing ourselves the time to be taken care of, to leave everything alone, and to solely focus on ourselves.
This has been another episode of Sis. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo.
Not Denielle Miller gonna make me cry.
Oh gosh.